Alain Delon is considered by many to be the most beautiful man who ever lived. Even if you're not his ardent fan, even if you're a straight man or have never watched the kinds of movies this actor became famous for, you can't deny Delon's attractiveness in his prime years. His feminine eyes, surrounded by especially masculine brows, worked magic on the opposite sex, both on screen and in real life. But what about Delon's personal preferences? Did he favor women with divine beauty like his own, or did he lean towards less attractive partners? Did he have any beauty standards, or did he prioritize inner qualities over outer appearance? Let's explore these questions by analyzing the beauty of the top 5 most influential women in his life. While this list could be much longer, we'll focus on the women who had the most significant impact on Delon, or stayed in his life the longest. We'll avoid turning this video into an epic research project or series. Instead, we'll concentrate on the women Delon valued most, despite his occasional short-term interests. By the end of this video, we'll reveal whom Alain Delon considered the best woman in his entire life. We'll also discover whether she had the highest or lowest score in our mathematically calculated attractiveness rating. Typically, our face analysis is quite detailed, covering about 20 different facial beauty characteristics. These include features like eye-to-brow outside margin, chin angle, mouth width, and bitemporal to bizygomatic ratio. However, since we're analyzing 5 people in one video, we'll streamline the process. We'll focus on the most essential observations and final scores, sparing you the smaller details. Now let's begin our analysis in chronological order, starting with Romy Schneider. Part 1. Romy Schneider's allure transcended the silver screen, capturing hearts with her enigmatic charm. Her face, rectangular in shape, epitomized classical beauty. The subtle roundness of her chin added a touch of femininity to her otherwise symmetrical features. Her full lips balanced her face, giving her a soft yet unforgettable presence. With her delicate nose and well-proportioned features, Romy Schneider remains an enduring symbol of European cinema's golden age. Schneider's striking eyes were particularly captivating, often described as having a deep, soulful quality. Well-defined eyebrows framed these expressive eyes, hinting at untold stories. While her face was generally symmetrical, subtle asymmetries added character and uniqueness to her beauty. For instance, her slightly uneven smile made it more charming and genuine. In close-up shots, Schneider's forehead often took center stage, showcasing her ability to convey a wide range of emotions through subtle movements. Unlike the sharp, angular jawlines often associated with classic beauty, Schneider had a softer, more rounded jawline. This feature contributed to her approachable and warm appearance. Schneider's beauty was often described as natural and effortless. She didn't rely heavily on makeup or elaborate hairstyles, allowing her true features to shine through. Overall, Romy Schneider's facial features largely conformed to ideal beauty standards, resulting in a high beauty score of approximately 91 out of 100. Sadly, Schneider's romance with Delon is one of the most tragic in his life. Their relationship began on the set of the film Christine in 1958. They quickly became engaged, and their relationship lasted until 1963. The end came abruptly when Schneider received a breakup letter from Delon. Schneider's life was marked by personal losses and struggles. Her ex-husband, Harry Mayen, committed suicide, and their son died in an accident in 1981. Schneider herself passed away in 1982, with some speculating it was due to a broken heart. Delon, deeply affected by her death, planned her funeral and brought red roses to her grave, just as he had when they first met. Part 2. Nathalie Delon, born Francine Canovas, a renowned French actress, was known for her captivating screen presence. Her beauty was the very essence of French allure, effortless, natural, and impossibly chic. Her oval face, with its balanced proportions, was the perfect frame for her striking features. The slight arch of her eyebrows accentuated her deep, soulful eyes, giving her a gaze that was both mysterious and inviting. Nathalie's lips, neither too full nor too thin, were always poised in an expression that hinted at a secret only she knew. Even in simplicity, Nathalie exuded a kind of beauty that didn't demand attention, but inevitably received it. Her charm lay in the subtle harmony of her features and the quiet confidence she carried. Nathalie Delon's facial characteristics largely conformed to ideal proportions, explaining her lasting appeal. Her beauty score can be estimated at approximately 88 out of 100, reflecting her naturally balanced and attractive features. Alain Delon met Nathalie in Paris, and they married on August 13, 1964. They had one son, Anthony Delon, but their marriage ended in divorce in 1969. The family faced challenges due to Delon's growing bond with Mireille Darc. This, combined with the pressures of their careers and personal lives, led to their separation. Nathalie Delon passed away on January 21, 2021, at the age of 79. She died in Paris after a battle with pancreatic cancer. Delon shared that he spent her final moments with her, reflecting on their shared history and the bond they maintained even after their divorce. Part 3. Mireille Darc, an icon of French cinema, was celebrated for her intriguing look. She was not just a beauty, she was a force of nature, a bold and daring presence in French cinema. Her face, a blend of oval and heart-shaped, reflected a mix of softness and strength that defined her screen persona. The curve of her jawline and the prominence of her cheekbones gave her a striking profile. This was further enhanced by her expressive eyes and the sharp definition of her eyebrows. Mireille's full lips and perfectly proportioned features created a look that was both powerful and feminine. She embodied the spirit of a woman who was unafraid to challenge norms and redefine beauty on her terms. Her beauty, much like her career, was a perfect blend of the classic and the unconventional. Despite some features not being clearly visible due to the pose or hairstyle in available photos, the measurable features suggested a high degree of facial harmony. Mireille Darc's beauty was further enhanced by her expressive eyes and full lips, both of which exceeded average ideals. Her blonde hair and warm skin tone added to her aesthetic appeal. Based on the facial measurements, Mireille Darc's beauty score is estimated at approximately 90 out of 100. This high score reflects her harmonious facial proportions and striking features, aligning perfectly with classical beauty standards. Alain Delon met Mireille Darc on the set of Jeff in 1969. Their relationship began that year and lasted until 1983. It ended due to a combination of personal and professional reasons. Delon was deeply affected by the death of his mother in 1980, which led him to go through a difficult period that forced him to refocus on himself. Mireille Darc, on the other hand, faced health problems that affected her daily life and required her to take a step back. Their breakup was not due to a lack of love or support, but rather the challenging circumstances they both faced at that time. Despite their separation, they remained close friends until Darc's passing in 2017. Part 4. Nico, born Krista Pefkin, known for her profound influence on music and fashion, was also celebrated for her striking appearance. Her beauty was as unconventional as it was magnetic, making her an icon of the avant-garde scene. Her head shape can be considered oval with well-defined cheekbones, which complemented her feminine beauty. Her large, haunting eyes, set against the backdrop of her sharp facial structure, conveyed a sense of depth and melancholy that resonated through her music and persona. The fullness of her lips and the precision of her nose gave her face a sculptural quality, almost as if it were carved by an artist's hand. Nico's beauty was not about perfection but about presence, an enigmatic allure that captivated and mystified, much like the art she created. Her distinctive eye and mouth characteristics contributed to an overall beauty score of approximately 85 out of 100. Alain Delon had a brief affair with Nico in the early 1960s. They had a son, Ari Boulogne, born in 1962, whom Delon never officially acknowledged. Nico passed away on July 18, 1988. She died in Ibiza, Spain, after suffering a cerebral hemorrhage while riding a bicycle. She was 49 years old at the time of her death. Part 5. Rosalie van Breemen's beauty was a study in elegance, a modern muse whose features radiated grace and poise. Her head shape can be described as oval or slightly oblong with a high forehead. This provided a soft, symmetrical foundation for her expressive eyes and defined eyebrows, both of which added to her sophisticated charm. Rosalie's lips, full and perfectly proportioned, were complemented by her delicate nose, giving her face a refined, almost ethereal quality. The warm tones of her auburn hair further enhanced her natural beauty, making her a striking figure of timeless elegance. Unlike the bold, edgy beauties of the past, Rosalie's appeal lay in her understated sophistication, a quiet confidence that drew admiration and respect. The features of Rosalie van Breemen suggest that her face largely conforms to ideal beauty standards. The combination of her face shape, well-defined cheekbones, and proportionate features contribute to an overall beauty score of approximately 87 out of 100. Her striking eyes, well-defined eyebrows, and full lips, complemented by her warm auburn hair color, create a very captivating look. Alain Delon met Rosalie van Breemen on the set of a music video in 1987. They had 2 children together, Anushka, born in 1990, and Alain Fabien, born in 1994. Their relationship lasted until 2002 and was fraught with arguments and violence. At least, this was mentioned in an interview with the Italian edition of Vanity Fair in 2013 by Alain Fabien Delon. Delon's son claimed that his father broke his mother's ribs and her nose twice. Alain Delon denied these accusations, but admitted to slapping women who attacked him. Conclusion. With that, we have finished our face analysis and can observe the results. The lowest score went to Nico with 85 out of 100. Then comes Rosalie van Breemen with 87, followed by Nathalie Delon with 88, and Mireille Darc with 90. The absolute winner here is Romy Schneider with 91 out of 100. By pure mathematical reasons, Romy Schneider is the most beautiful of all of them. The difference in points between all 5 women is minimal, and here is an interesting observation. Romy Schneider, who is at the top of this list with the highest score, was also considered by Delon to be the best woman he ever met. When Romy untimely died in 1982, Alain was desperate. Even though he had never liked love letters, he wrote a long poem to his one and only, Romy, a letter considered one of the most moving of all time. Later, Alain Delon referred to Romy Schneider as the love of my life in several interviews during his long life after her death. It is her death that gave him the most regrets. It is memories about her that haunted him many years after her passing. It is paradoxical how such an attractive man, such a talented actor, endured so many tragedies in his life. Do you think it is a coincidence that the woman he loved the most had the highest score of them all? Did he really love her because of her personality or because of her objectively high attractiveness? Would he have changed his mind and pointed to another woman with not 91, but, let's say, 95 points? We always want to idealize our idols. Of all the women we just checked, there is no one with a score lower than 85. All of them were astonishingly attractive women. These are facts. It is obvious that Delon paid special attention to how attractive his loved ones were. Is it possible that he could even notice a difference between women with scores of 90 and 91 and, on an unconscious level, without any conscious decision, prefer and choose the one with 91? Sounds too crazy to be true, but there are people in our world called sommeliers, who by the smell of the wine could tell you a long, beautiful story about where such wine was grown, the year, the weather conditions, etc. Could Delon be the same sommelier who knew and could value beauty on the same high level? In such a case, maybe he was really pulled toward women with higher beauty all his life, and his strong fascination with Romy is just a coincidence. What do you think? Please write your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like content like this, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe. Your support means a lot for a small channel like mine. Have a nice one.